For decades, doctors believed dry eye started with dryness. But what if dryness is actually the final symptom? Not the beginning of the disease? What if the disease actually begins here, along the eyelid margin, inside bacterial biofilm, hidden years before symptoms appear? Medicine separated these into different diseases: blepharitis, meibomian gland dysfunction, dry eye disease. But patients often have all three at the same time. So are they really separate diseases at all? The DSB model proposes something different. One chronic inflammatory disease progressing slowly over time, beginning at the lid margin, then spreading deeper into the glands. At first, the symptoms are subtle: mild irritation, occasional itching, temporary redness. Most patients ignore it, but underneath, the disease keeps progressing. Biofilm is not simple debris. It's an organized bacterial structure, a protected microbial community, difficult to remove, difficult to eliminate, and capable of sustaining chronic inflammation for years. The closest analogy is dental plaque. Dentists don't treat plaque disease with mouthwash alone. They physically remove the plaque. The DSB model suggests the eyelid margin may work the same way. Traditional dry eye theory often says dryness causes inflammation, but the DSB framework proposes the reverse. Inflammation causes dry eye. The disease begins upstream, at the lid margin, within biofilm, within chronic inflammatory signaling. Dryness appears later, as the downstream consequence. One of the most dangerous aspects of this disease is how silently it progresses. Patients may lose gland structure for years before severe symptoms ever appear. This may explain why artificial tears often provide only temporary relief, because lubrication may support the tear film without addressing the disease driving the inflammation. If biofilm is part of the upstream disease process, then physical biofilm removal becomes logical. Not simply symptom suppression, but interruption of disease progression. This is more than a treatment idea. It is a different way of understanding dry eye itself, a unified disease model instead of fragmented diagnoses. When patients understand this progression, their symptoms finally make sense. Why drops failed, why symptoms returned, why the eyelids matter. The DSB model proposes that dry eye is often not the beginning of disease, but the late manifestation of a chronic inflammatory process that may have started years earlier. And understanding that possibility may fundamentally change the future of dry eye treatment.